Hey y'all, it's me again, and it is now August, so it's time to plan for the month of August. So we're gonna go right there because, honeys, there are things to do. All right, so here we are. It's August, we have the calendar. Already a few things on there, not a lot, but just a few. And I already know that this week, starting on the 1st, it's really dedicated to resting as much as I possibly can because there are still a few things that need to get done before summer is done and the school year starts. So I'm going to get started with that. I'm really in rest mode because summer school just ended in July for my son. And so after spending all of July traveling back and forth to the city, I am so happy to be home. Like, overjoyed is an understatement to be home. So I literally have just been in lazy, let's chill home and relax mode. But I'm still doing things that I like to do. Which brings me to a question that I have for you all. How do you guys rest? Like, what does rest look like for you? I tend to fall into a sort of active rest, which involves setting up my space the way I want it to look. So that means I'm going to clean the house from head to toe. And then also engaging in projects that I want to engage in. So not just responsibilities and the things that I have to do that are on my action list, but like making time to do the things that I've been putting off that I really enjoy. Like, for instance, yesterday, I decided to paint my room. I've been wanting to paint my room this dark, deep hunter green color for like a couple of months now, but it's just really been the time, the energy, the space, because painting is a whole project. So yesterday I was just like, oh man, I'm gonna do it, but for me, even though I said that yesterday was like my first day of real rest and relaxation, it was a restful process to actually engage in doing that at home. I'll show you guys some pictures of what my room looks like now. It's still a work in progress, but I'm really enjoying it. So I want to make sure that I'm filling August with pockets of moments like that. Like, there's still a couple of appointments that I'm not done doing, gotta get to. And, there are birthdays and, things to go out to. But I want to make sure that I spend enough time home so that when the month is over, I really feel ready to go into super school starter mode, which if you're a teacher, you know what that's like. It's all the things. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this in with the few other things that I didn't get to fill in yet, and I'll come back to you soon. So that was that. I didn't really add much, but that's how committed I am to really not trying to do too much this month, besides the bare minimum. So as you know, at the end of the month, there'll probably be things that happen, but it is what it is. So time for the inbox, time to dump it all out. Okay, so in my previous videos, you know that I like to always go back to July or the month prior to whatever that month is, and I'll look at that inbox because there's usually a bunch of stuff there, and I like to take the time to cross out what has been done, so that I can just kind of acknowledge that they're done and then get rid of things that need to be gotten rid of. So there are a few things here that I need to get rid of because I did it already. So get rid of that, blah blah blah. I did that already. Okay, yeah, and then there are a few other things that also got done. That was great. Cause yeah, Anyways, so all those things got done, and then a few other things I literally had to just be like, all right, this is not happening, because it's not happening, because of time constraints, health, just some of those things. You know, life is just always happening. So I feel pretty good about this. So I'm gonna take what I didn't get to here that I still feel like is important for me to consider, and bring it onto the August inbox list right now. So it feels pretty good that this list is pretty short. I would like to keep it that way because I'm gonna need a little bit of rest. So this is what it's looking like so far. So I'm not gonna really take too much time on this page. Let's go ahead and start on our goal setting reflection. All right, now that we're feeling light from letting go some of the things that have been in our heads on the inbox brain dump sheet, it's time for us to take a look at last month and the goals that we had set, and take some time to really reflect on you know, the successes, the losses, the reconsideration. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what I had put down for July. There we go. Here's calendar, inbox. Okay. So I had 3 goals, and as I was going along, I like checked off the things that I did finish, and then also left the things that I did not get to. And it's always gonna be like that last one, but I'm looking at goal 1 and 2 just because I ran into some snags regarding some of these things. I ended up not getting to finish 1 to 2 things from goal 1 and 2. So I'm gonna need to bring them into this month because they have to get done, or September is not gonna be a pretty sight. I did do a few things on this 3rd goal, which is really nice. I ended up having to actually cross out a few things because it's definitely not going to work out. And I'm going to say that parts of goal 3, I think I just need to leave them on the inbox because they are feeling like future things that we may not actually get to for September. So I'm going to do that. But I did manage to do a few things, not a few others when it comes to like checking in with people. So I'm just gonna put that in there. So let me go ahead and write this all out and I'll come back to you all. So that reflection process was pretty lengthy because, as I was kind of previewing earlier, there were some things that I didn't get to do because I was held up by some missing pieces that I really couldn't do anything about. So they're going to be pushed into this next month. I feel like looking at my inbox and looking at just the stuff that still needs to be done, that my focus for this month is going to have to do with making sure that I get school work things done, as well as any lingering health appointments or health related things, mental health, physical health, all health related things that need to get done, because I know come September we're going to get back to a more regimented pace, less flexibility, some but less. And so I want to make sure that these heavy hitting things are done before the pace of how we move changes. Again, it's back to business as usual. So that's really important to me. So I'm going to go ahead and pencil in my goals. So why don't you come along with me? Whew, it honestly always feels so good to kind of like get me to this point, because I cannot tell you that inbox list, it literally feels like a monster that's literally my brain just eating up space. So when I can finally clarify what am I really going to focus on, even if I don't get it all done, like that, just the process of being able to say, hey, these are the major things you need to do, like it needs to happen, and it relates to your overarching goals, because just bringing myself back into that place of focus really gives me so much mental clarity. And life happens, things are happening, and that's why I think goal setting should be flexible, because I think in the process of stating what your goals are, you kind of like get closer to what's really important, because life just kind of takes you through this process where it's like things fall off that aren't important. Like you get to clarify as you go through each day what's really important to you and what isn't. So, and things pop up all the time, so this is like a nice solid starting ground, because listen, the Bible says that man makes plans, but God knows more. And so, since I don't have the foresight and the hindsight that God does, I'm pretty sure this is why plans can sometimes get a little upended. And I'm okay with that. I know I'm secure in his hands. So, like, I'm just going to do my part and leave the rest to him. And so, I feel pretty good right here, knowing that I am going to be a good steward of my time, because I have taken the time to decide what is important for this month. And I really hope that you guys are doing the same too, because I think it's just really important. So I'm done with goal setting. I feel good for the month. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm obviously going to go into setting up the week. Ta-da! So I'm going to put in what I think is super important to focus on. Here, Monday is already done. I'm going to put in my top 3, pick 3 things from my goal list that is super important that I get done this week, and then go forth with that. I'm going to really keep this week light, because again, this week I've definitely made a mental commitment to not doing too much. But that's the setup for August. August is set. If you guys do this like consistently, you're really going to start to feel pretty good. Like, fill in your calendar so that you can get a nice view of what's going on. Dump everything that's in your mind. Listen, by the time we get to the end of the month, this is going to be packed, but because, things pop up. And then just taking the time to be reflective and then use that reflection to set some goals. I know that can take like, an hour. Sometimes, depending on what kind of month you're having, it can take 2 hours to go through that process, but it is all worth it, because the months have been zooming by. I've been saying this every single month. Time is flying by, but it literally has helped me to really see, well, what have I been using my time for? Has it been efficient? Do I need to rethink it? All of those things. So I don't regret it, not one bit. And I think you guys would benefit so much from that too. So here's to a happy and healthy August. I really do pray that you all have a blessed month, that you find moments for joy, moments for family and friends, moments for yourself. Because if you don't take care of you, honestly, you have nothing left to give. So I really pray that you all have a great month, and that the summer goes out with a nice little bang. Until next time, bye.